Hey everyone, I'm back and I have another question here in front of me. This question actually comes from a survey at the end of my speaking presentation that I pass out to most audience members at certain events. And I always ask them, was there a question that I didn't get to? Was there something that was on your mind after I delivered my talk that I maybe didn't touch on? And today there was something on one of the attendees' minds while she was listening to me. In fact, she shared a little bit about how she gained from the speech, how it's very important to be able to not allow society to tell us what we can and cannot do. And so, and in her little statement here, she said, as a transgender woman, I've had to face a lot of that to get where I am. Yet Jessica inspires me to go even further. And her question is, did Jessie have discouraging moments? How did she deal with those? How does she deal with the naysayers in her life? And thank you very much, Carrie, for that question. I'm happy to answer that and to touch on that and how in my life I've had to deal with naysayers, because as you can imagine, clearly, my whole life, people have doubted what I could do. From the moment I started preschool to the moment I was at the grocery store today. People don't believe it's possible for someone without arms to live a fully independent life. And so there's going to be a lot of doubt. There's a lot of people who say she can't do that. There are a lot of people who think she can't do it. It's not possible. She can't fly a plane. She can't be a martial artist. She can't go to school or be independent and live a life on her own. Naturally, that is my life, and I have learned how to deal with that since a very early age. And I just want to share with you how it is that I have grown from someone who would say, as a 5-year-old, say, oh, watch me, I'll do it. When I was told I couldn't jump off the high dive at the public swimming pool, I would prove to other people that I could do it, that I could climb up that ladder and jump off the high dive all by myself. It was almost part of my mantra that I could prove anyone who told me that you can't do something. And that served me well during childhood, but now as an adult, some of the naysayers come in different forms. I want to give an example. Recently, I had to get the airplane that my foundation has insured. And there was a situation where an insurance policy, basically an insurance company, and I won't say any names, but an insurance company refused to insure the airplane. And I don't know what their reasoning was for that, because I didn't actually explore it too much further, but I basically moved on to the next insurance company. So that's just an everyday example, more recent example of a time when a naysayer may have told me that I couldn't do something or they wouldn't support me. And how did I deal with it? Well, at first I was pretty angry and pretty upset about it. It really reminded me of other instances when people have denied me something or had basically went against me. And naturally for all of us, when we experience that, sometimes those feelings of anger and frustration arise, and those memories and those feelings of when others doubted us, they come and surface, and you start getting more angry and more frustrated, and it really kind of boils inside, and it makes you want to really get upset and explode. And sometimes that's what happens, and we're only human, and it even feels sometimes like the world is against you. And I guess it would be so easy just to say, just ignore the naysayers. It would be easy to do that. But the reality is that they do affect us. They affect us. They make us feel a certain way. They bring up anger and frustration. They make us feel like they're against us. And at times, the best thing for me, and this is something I'm learning now as an adult, is to step back, take a deep breath, and reflect. First, you have to cool down. You have to eliminate the anger and the frustration. And you have to sit there for a moment and come from a perspective of understanding. And I know that's hard to do when in the heated moment, when you're frustrated or angry or upset at the world or upset at that person. But if you take a moment just to cool down, let the emotions kind of fizzle out, and you think in your head that that person who doubted you, that person who may have gone against you, maybe that person is coming from a limited mindset. And when you can come from an angle or position of understanding, it's just so refreshing. I mean, in a moment when you're angry and frustrated, and if you can just really understand where that person is coming from, it makes it a lot easier. Now, obviously, not like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I had to understand that I can't change the world. I can't change every single person in the world. But what I can do is just be the best me that I can be. That's all I really have control of. And so when it comes to those naysayers, those people who doubt you, sometimes you can't get so angry and frustrated, but you have to come from an angle and a position of understanding, of trying to see it through their eyes or their limited perspective, and it makes it a little bit easier. So take, for example, for those people who were telling me as a kid, don't jump off the high dive, you're going to get hurt. I guess as a kid, which is hard to do as a kid, but I had to just for a moment think about, well, maybe that's someone who really cares about me and my safety. And as an adult now, with that recent situation of being denied an insurance coverage, I had to really think about, well, maybe this person is really concerned about the safety of flying an airplane. I don't know. But moving on, I think it's important that we come from a position of understanding. And thank you, Carrie, for that question. And one of the things I want to share with you today is because many people have doubted that I do my own makeup. And I thought, well, why not show all of you one of the more difficult things to do with my makeup. There's some comments coming on the screen here. Right on, Jessica, so true. Thank you for your words. And I have some mascara right here. I'm going to put this on to show all of you that I'm not going to stab my eye. I'm going to put on my mascara, despite the doubts that people may think it's not possible to put on makeup without any arms or hands. There you go. That's part of my daily routine. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you to all of you for your comments. I'd love to have any more questions that you might have. I want to let you know if you do ever struggle with someone who tells you you can't, just ignore it and come from a position of understanding and go out and don't let it stop you from achieving your dreams. Thank you so much and have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I'm going to get these last comments as well. Just thank you for your words of wisdom, and they needed to hear this. So thank you very much, Marilyn. And Peter says, looking good, my friend. And another comment here, is this going to be a thing? Because I need to set an alarm if that's the case. Well, yes, I hope to do this at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I hope to be on here Sunday through Friday until I let you know if that changes. But while I have a lot more time on my hands, or I should say time on my feet, because my speaking engagements have been postponed for the fall, I hope to be sharing and connecting with all of you. And it's wonderful to see everyone and to connect with all of you. Thank you so much. Do shoot over those questions. I've got a couple emails yesterday. Thank you. I'm going to answer those questions tomorrow and the days to come. So thank you. Bye.